It's 4:30. We'll call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Commissioner Bunting.
Here.
Commissioner Gay.
Here.
Commissioner Sapsy.
Here.
Commissioner Owen.
Here. George, can we get you to say the
Bow your
invocation?
heads, please. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the day that you've given to us and the blessings in it. We just ask, Father, for continued prayers for our servicemen and women overseas and at home. We ask, Father, also continued prayers for our first responders and their safety. We ask, Father, you be with us tonight through this meeting, and also, Father, to protect all the farmers that they're harvesting right now and that be safe and their crops would be good. We ask now that you bless this food and or bless it. Father, we just ask that you would bless us now. For it's in his name we pray, amen. I'm not gonna eat.
I thought you were pizza coming.
Do you have
Think of something else.
anybody for public comment? We all want to wish condolences to Steve on losing his father-in-law.
Thank you. Thank you. He's a good man.
And we have some additions to the agenda.
So if we can add J5, a health department update by Liz Gratiot. And then J6, she does have a grant application, which I will pass out when we get to that time, that she would like to have approved. And then J7, we're going to cancel the closed session and we're going to add J7 for the sale of county property for discussion.
Any more additions or deletions? I hear a motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Jan, supported by Steve to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye. Motion carried. A. Consideration of the consent calendar.
The consent calendar is presented.
Support.
Moved by George, supported by Tim to approve the consent calendar as printed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Administrators report.
Well, there's not much to report. I would note though, the court system is updated on the transition that was gonna be made in circuit and district, affected the prosecutor and the circuit court. Traditionally, our IT department served as a bridge to load software and the conduit between this system and the state system. They Friday began a cut over, so they're exclusively on the state system for that reporting and with the criminal justice system now. Effectively, that means that this county or the state's gonna be responsible for the maintenance of all that equipment. And it's gonna lessen the load of work and hopefully make for a better transition of version of information back and forth between the departments and the courts here and the state as well. So anyway, that's a streamlining project that the state has initiated. And I believe the cutover went pretty well, and I think they're up and running here on Tuesday. So I guess it was successful is what I understand. That would conclude my report.
George, what kind of report do you get?
Not much. Health department meeting was on the 24th. The board did vote to carry over the WIC program for 30 days. And if there wasn't any funding available, we'd carry it over for the district. That's about all. Let Steve finish up with that report.
Let's go right straight to Steve.
He said the 24th, which was a Friday. It was actually Wednesday, the 22nd that we had our meeting.
Did I say Friday?
Yeah, well, you said the 24th.
Now.
The meeting was actually a fairly quick one. We have, Liz here to present tonight. That was brought up at our meeting. I guess it was maybe after we talked about that, but, I would like to, and I'll let Liz explain further, but Liz goes in quarterly to Clinton County and gives an update of what's going on from the health department. I would like us to consider doing something similar to that. Either quarterly or half a year, something, you end up in here anyhow, probably twice a year. So quarterly might be the thing for us to do. It just gives us, she does so many things, and I don't think most people realize the number of hats that she wears, but I'm on the personnel committee. And we just did her eval in September, and it becomes very enlightening when you realize all of the things that she does and how many things she touches in her job is pretty remarkable. Did she do it? You were not when he was the administrator? Okay.
I don't think they didn't have that regular reports done. They weren't,
What's that? They didn't come in regularly when you were there?
they were there irregularly, but quite often.
Yeah.
We didn't get a quarterly report, no.
Okay. I just would like our board to think about that, and maybe we can talk to Liz a little bit. She just loves Ithaca so much. Anyhow, so
It's a great idea.
the health department is doing well. They do a lot of really good things. Immunizations always kind of surprise me how Gratiot County actually fares fairly well in the three counties, but it's like it's like a saw blade there's peaks and valleys, it seems like every time, with depending on the times of the year and, with kids getting ready for school, there was a peak and then it goes down. And so, I just find that very interesting. Looking at all that. It's on national news. I'm sure that has some effect on their results and all that stuff anyhow, so. But that's it.
Dan?
Okay, I had one meeting at Alma City Hall. That was last
Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah, couldn't remember what day I went. And that's the only meeting I've had since I've been here last time. But I do have several coming in. It's getting close to the end of the year, and so now is when you really get busy with the meetings and finishing up the year.
I don't have anything. I have meetings next week.
Okay, yeah, most of us do. Well, I was to Pine River. Everything's going along good there. At Greater Gratiot, they didn't hear any big lies there. I met with the college president. Alma College is a big part of my district. I thought I'd go in and meet the new guy. He's from Louisiana. Says he cooks a mean catfish.
Cool.
And I had,
When we going to dinner?
that's to be determined.
All right.
Find a catfish first. Not the Michigan catfish either.
Doesn't want one out of the Murky Maple?
No.
All right.
He had a LEPEC meeting this morning. I'm still surprised at all of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, all the emergency planning. And I got the Gratiot Community Foundation breakfast tomorrow. And that's another thing that goes pretty much under the radar. You see it in the paper all the time where they're giving grants for different things. And I'm just surprised at how generous the people in Gratiot County are. It started in the 90s. People were meeting for breakfast, and they started it out with just the money they had on them. And now there's over $20 million that they give out grants for. That's all I got. Yeah. New business, number one. Dave.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Uh. First one, did I send you the memo?
Yeah, yeah, I have it.
Here.
Okay, so, my first business today is, I need to make a budget amendment for our budget here out at Central Dispatch in our capital improvement fund. And this is going the other way. Dave called me, he says, are you sure? We're actually putting money back into the budget, taking out of capital improvement, putting it back. And that, the reason is because we developed a 5-year plan, capital outlay plan, and reprioritized the projects that we were looking at this year, spread them out over the next 5 years. So that couldn't get done before the budget was done, and all that money was kind of calculated in that capital improvement budget, which drew us up to like $376,000. So I'm asking you to go backwards. We've tailored back our projects for the year, really maintaining just things that need to be done, and would like to make a improvement amount reduction of $175,672.39 to that capital improvement. That will cover what we're doing for this year. So I have the amendment, just need it signed by the board chairperson, and we can go over to finance to take care of, I believe.
Probably should have a motion.
Make a motion that we adjust the budget amendment to of $175,672.39.
Or
Moved by George, supported by Steve, to have a reduction.
So you want less money?
Yeah, I'm putting money back in.
Oh, he's gonna,
worry,
don't worry, he's gonna later. He's just not gonna spend it right now.
I'm just gonna spend it all this year.
He's not gonna.
not on budget.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, it's just.
This won't be the first, the only time we see him. Money.
Haley.
Instead of asking us why you got so much money, he's gonna take it out now.
Moved by George, supported by Steve, to reduce the capital improvement budget by $175,672.39. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The next is, I don't send this, so I'll send this around for you. Okay. With Ryan's help, I worked on a capital outlay report.
They did get that as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I sent it or not, so I probably took 3 copies and bring.
Yeah, good.
So by putting that money back in, the capital improvement, what I've done is I've spent it out over the next 5 years with those projects, potentially. This year, our big major project is our consultant for our CAD system, for our CAD replacement or computer aided dispatch system, which is kicking off next Thursday. That's the big expense on that. We're looking to upgrade our lighting to LED and save some money on our consumer's bill out there. So we got that quoted out. The flooring and the phones are carryovers from last year's budget because they're not done yet. The flooring is for the new dispatch center. That has not come in yet. And the phone system was delayed by the vendors until January of this year. So they don't get their money till for this stuff. And
A quick question on the lighting.
Yes, sir.
The LED lighting will be throughout the entire building, so not only
Dispatch.
dispatch, but also the EOC.
Yeah, so
The exterior lighting on the building, is it include that or not?
no, I don't think we included the exterior lighting. I think we just the interior lighting at this time. And part of that 22, I think 7,000 of it is the EOC's. So, the Rapid SOS is to upgrade that program to allow us to do better functions with that program. Some translation, lifetime translations of speaking Spanish person calls us, it will automatically transcribe and translate right in front of us. We don't have to call for a third-party vendor. Maybe there's a 911 call. It actually does it right there for us. So, and some AI analytics and some call tracking and some reporting in that program. So, the I Am Responding is a fire program for the fire departments that we're talking about tomorrow night. That's to replace two programs that they currently have, if they wish. If they don't wish to do it, then we're not gonna spend the money and we're not gonna do it. So, but that's on the table for them. So that's what we're doing this year. Next year, our UPS system is end of life as the end of this year, so that's gonna become due. Here's where we're starting to talk about building maintenance and things like that. Roof replacement. The generator, when I got here, we had a problem with that, but it's working now and we get it maintained regularly. And then, looking at maybe fencing the property in a couple years as well, so that it's secure. So there's descriptions of everything in there. I wanted to bring it to your attention so you know what we're doing out there, so you have information. If you have questions or anything. The board has looked at it and approved them. I think that's about it.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Dave?
Questions? Did I go over everything?
I would just add, we'd had a capital plan at you got into the selection of the consultant. It became immediately apparent it was going askew, but this thing's gonna fluctuate, it'll be updated again next year, and that's the word.
Purpose of it is.
You know what? And taking into account your special voted millage and when that's gonna expire and not to extend past.
What's the status on the tower? I know last month you asked us about the tower. Tower.
Yeah, the tower's up. The arrival, we have a meeting this Thursday. The arrival of the shelter should be next week or the week after. Once that comes, hopefully on No More Thursday, we're gonna have a little gathering out at the site for a shelter placement. Ribbon cutting type thing. Once that's in place, they will immediately start working on getting all the equipment in, running the lines up the tower. The antennas are already attached, so they just need the climbers to attach the wiring and getting everything set up. The thing that's putting us behind right now, or kind of at a crux, is Consumers Power. So we have to wait for them to draw power out to our location. And we worked with Mr. Pung, who was also putting in power for parts of his subdivision. So we collaborated with him, with Motorola. They came to an agreement to help each other out, expenses. Just got to wait for consumers to say, okay, we'll run it today. So, yeah, we're waiting. So our tentative go live date now is end of January, 1st of February. If it power comes sooner, it could be Christmas. So it's getting close, very, very close. All the equipment's ready. It's all been spec'd. It's all been pre-programmed. Now let's just bring it, install it, test it, get power to it.
That'll all be backup generator as well out there.
Generator, propane, fed as well. All the bells and whistles of a new green site.
Check generators once a month.
Yep.
All over Graham County. $3
So they'll all be checked and checked and checked and checked again. Make sure everything's working. So that project has been a long project, but much needed, and it'll truly make a difference in that north end. So.
Dave?
Need to have this to sign or?
Okay, contract update and transition plan.
Yeah. Mary Ann is across the hall. I thought everything was necessary for her to be here, but if anybody wants to quiz her about something here, she's certainly available. But in any event, I knew that Mogenberg started last Monday. He is moving along with, good progress and such. There's gonna be a little bit of a curve here, and he's here daily. He's picking it up quickly, but as Mary Ann knows, got a number of balls in the air yet, and we're trying to just get through this. So he's real comfortable. She finishes what she started, and expect that those hours will tick down. She'll be around to help with the audit preparation and such, which has been started, but hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be circled in and we step on each other's toes and moving forward fairly well. But since we have a finance director and the Woodhill Group is a contract party to the county here, want to be certain that everyone was comfortable with how that arrangement is working. It's traditional for a key spot like that, if you can, to have some overlap between the old guard and the new guard if you can, and that's essentially what's happening here. So
You must have ESPN because you're speaking about Mary Ann. And here's Mary Ann.
I didn't expect her to walk in, but she did. And we'd request you make a motion to approve the transition plan ongoing services that's outlined in the summary. If you're comfortable with that, that would be excellent.
How's the administration, is the progress going?
I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Wait,
Yeah. They're related, but a little different, yeah.
Yep, a little bit.
You could make a motion to approve the transition plan.
I make a motion to approve the transition.
Moved by Tim, supported by George, to approve the transition plan and ongoing services as outlined in this summary. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay. Motion carried. Now for the,
Under the capital improvement plan, I'd like to bring those before the board. As I noted, they were budgeted for a new pickup in the capital plan. And most recently, there was an accident that the car that was going to be replaced was involved with. I understand that it was a 2013 Dodge Ram, but the insurance is offered 8,300, I think, for its value, which is probably pretty generous.
Forward a little bit.
But this is a My Deal program. It was the lowest bid. We just like authorization to proceed.
You need a motion then?
Yeah.
I so move that we authorize the purchase of a new animal control pickup for the purchase price of $46,838 through the deal program. What kind you getting anyhow? Or an actual patrol pickup then? Good, love it.
Gonna be white.
What color? Black.
Okay.
oh,
It's a stealth out there looking for dogs.
Leave the white ones to the sheriff's office.
okay, moved by Steve, seconded by Tim to authorize the purchase of a new animal control truck for $46,438. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We didn't have it in here.
This is next.
Okay. Health Department update.
How excited she is. She just loves it. Great.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I appreciate the invitation. As Commissioner Officer mentioned, that'd be a good idea that I maybe come in person occasionally, and maybe I can send a written report quarterly, and then if I can make it, that would work, or if I'm invited. So just want to go over a few things today. First of all, the Commissioner has already mentioned our WIC program, the Women, Infant and Children program. Since our last Board of Health meeting, the state of Michigan has informed us that benefits will be paid through November 24th. So that's, again, not too far off. And then the Commission has agreed that the Health Department can keep our operation open for 30 days after that if we no longer get paid for the program. The benefits part are paid by federal, so we'll see where that leads to. We know that the White House has mentioned that there will be monies made available through the tariffs to keep that program open. We're also working with a lot of the food banks in Gratiot County to make sure that some of the needs are being met. We have a diaper drive going on. There's a few things so that we know that our clients will be taken care of if this goes the way that it's been going for the last well, 33 days now, right? So we're hopefully, but we have a clinic that's open. We can still see clients. We can still see those children. And as a reminder, the WIC clinic sees pregnant women and children or caregivers with children under the age of 5. So it's a very important program in Gratiot County. We also offer, it's flu seasons. We offer seasonal flu, COVID, and RSV vaccines. So if anybody from the community is interested in getting those vaccines, we have available spots. You can call our office and can come in and we can give vaccines, any of those 3 available. Plus, we have the usual childhood vaccines if parents choose to give their children vaccines. And we also do the waiver program for those who are not needing or not wanting vaccines right now for the children. Happy to report that we got a grant through Delta Dental Foundation to purchase a white minivan for our dental program. We got a white minivan because it recognizes the white teeth. And this is a minivan that our registered dental hygienist uses to go to the schools where we do the kindergarten oral health assessment. This is a mandatory program for the state of Michigan. And we're very grateful that we were able to get the Delta Dental Foundation grant so that our dental hygienist can tap into all the schools that she needs to go to during the school year, and also preschool and pre-Ks. And then finally, I just want to mention that again this year we will be asking the county if they will apply for the marijuana operation and oversight grant. This is a grant that allows us to purchase safe storage bags for those who use cannabis. We want to get safe storage bags out to homes that have children, because marijuana can sometimes look like candy, gummy bears. So if there is safe storage, we would reduce the risk of accidental ingestion. And this could be in grandparents' house or anybody who uses maybe medical marijuana or recreational marijuana, which is legal. So we just want to make sure that those who are using it are keeping it safe. And we also have information about safe uses of marijuana if you are breastfeeding or if you are pregnant, and also driving under the influence. And this year we'll also be doing a campaign to make sure that if you are taking marijuana for whatever reason, medical or recreational, that you're discussing it with your provider to make sure that you're not overusing it or not using it safely. So that's just a snapshot of what we've been doing this year.
Just require board action for us to,
I would ask you to authorize the grant. It's like $3,500 approximately is all, but if we could just get a simple motion.
I so move that we authorize that $3,500 grant.
I'll second it.
Moved by Steve, supported by Jan, to authorize a $3,500 grant for the health department. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Very good, thanks.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you very much, Liz. Good year.
Sale of the county property.
All righty, I guess I'm up and you're up. No. In case one of you might not know, this is Casey Zahner. She's at the Greater Gratiot Development. They were contacted a little while back by an individual that lives within the confines of the city, owns a business just outside the city. As long as, and it's not a closed session, so I'm gonna just come out with it. It's Schultz Equipment. Schultz Equipment has been in operation since 1930. And what they do is they fabricate truck bodies or beds for the county trucks that got the big bends and the blades on them. They do all that work. They send them a chassis and they put everything else on it. But due to the economic times and the amount of people that are working within the industry, the owner decided it was a good time to move and do something different, but in the same lines. He's moving because he has an offer he couldn't refuse on all his buildings out there.
was a pipeline company. I can't think of the name of it right now, Casey.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, no, it's a private company, but it's not Wolverine, but we got something going on? Okay. So,
Got a sign out there in the yard. I drive by it. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's it.
Yeah, Pro Pipeline. So anyway, he's sold all his buildings. That means he does not have a place to operate out of. So he doesn't need a big space, but he needs some space. And what his plan is to manufacture the blades and other component parts to sell. Now, he's going to work with a company called Meisenhelder Welding, which would be directly across from him. Now, if you take a look at this, I'm going to put this one up first. It's going to, should be on the screen here pretty quick. Here you go. There you go. All right. Now, if you look at all the blue are the lots that are not sold. Okay? Now, we have quite a few. So if you know anybody who wants to buy a lot, yeah. And we're particularly talking about lot number 13, which is all the way to the left hand, but just below Exelon. Okay, that's the lot that he would like to purchase. Okay. That, all the lots are $12,000 an acre as advertised on the website. And so just to give you a little more information, the last time we sold a lot was 2014. So, but if we want to change that price going forward, we can have a discussion. But I've checked with local folks that do real estate, also industrial real estate. I've gone everywhere from $10,000 up to $18,000 around here locally.
Great.
So we're right in there.
So we're right in the ballpark.
So we're right there. Is it, you know, we can talk about it going forward, but for this particular, it's advertised at 12, so I assume that we should sell it at $12,000 an acre. It's,
So it'd be 70,000.
yeah, 5.78 acres. Okay, $12,000 an acre.
So
Yeah.
altogether 70.
Yeah, right. So that's what, no, there's a county drain to the west of the property. It's kind of like on Ithaca property where the jailhouse trail comes back up there. So there's there, and then of course in the front, we have a drain for the industrial park itself. So there's two drains. And so, anything else you want to add?
No, we're just really excited to sell this particular parcel because it is on its own and this user, like George mentioned, has supplier relationships in the park. So it really couldn't work out any better, especially because they are already a local business. So it gives them a second or, you know, an opportunity for a second building and to stay in the community with some long-term plans for growth. I do echo what George says going forward because as you'll see, all the remaining blue parcels are connected. That makes them a little bit more valuable because there's a larger space there. So I would think, you know, after the sale of this parcel, we could probably look, I would say that your range is probably going to be 14 to 15,000 for those larger. There's also the ability, you know, anything that's municipally owned, you can set the price, you can say dependent on project investment and job creation. So that you have some parameters where you would like to come in at for different projects. So we can talk about that going forward, but yeah, I echo everything that George said. I think it's a great company, a great opportunity to sell off that lot that just sits by itself. And, you know, we already know that they're a great company in the community. They'll take care of their
People does he employ?
Right now, it's just himself, but he has plans hopefully to grow once his business line increases.
It'll be 2 or 3 probably.
Yeah.
What township is it?
It's in North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the county ever considered setting aside like 2 of those lots in case we ever have to build a jail?
I know that the discussion has occurred. And I believe that that was on kind of the southeast portion that was discussed right next to this.
Portion, you mean?
I thought they were talking southeast to neighbor the central dispatch office, but
West corner.
yeah.
Yeah. No, we can discuss it.
East is state. road.
Yeah, see, I thought they wanted the ones bordering State Road for access off of there.
Oh,
But again, it was just very basic, but that is possible
That
you
was
can
just
do.
preliminary discussions when we were talking pie in the sky, generalities. Nothing's really been discussed as far as what the best avenue would go. But we do have space down there, to discuss.
what happened is the county will sell it for $14,000 or $15,000 an acre, and then someday we'll be expected to spend $100,000 an acre to buy 10 acres to build a jail on.
Just saying.
I'm like,
Yeah,
might better think ahead, and the only place to put it is
This sounds like
an already facility that should be.
I hear a proposal from Steve already.
but
Yes, I hear a proposal from Steve already.
that's definitely,
I don't
No,
necessarily think, but
that's
certainly
for,
don't want to have to go buy it from somewhere else.
yeah, we can definitely do that once we.
That's
move
open
forward
for
with
discussion.
Pricing.
but this opportunity, and it's the smallest lot we have. And he only needs the smallest lot we have, and it's a perfect fit as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't plan on growing, he plans on being right there. And so make do.
Yeah, there's some, based on the building size that he wants right now is just around 7,500 square feet. So, along with some outdoor storage, which will be properly maintained. So, City of Ithaca has also been in discussion since this is within their bounds.
So
I shall move that we proceed with allowing you to get the sale going to Schultz Equipment.
Bring it.
13 for $12,000 an acre.
I'll second it.
Moved by Steve, supported by Jan to approve going ahead with purchase this property for $12,000 an acre. All those in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Casey.
Yep. All right, under unfinished business, as Tim brought up earlier, we are in the process of hiring a new administrator. I have spoken with Tim on a few occasions, texted, kind of through the whole process, my father-in-law becoming extremely ill and passing away. We kind of just texted for a while there, and I told him so we have spoken. And then after speaking with him, I've spoke with Dave, because Dave and I were the ones that were assigned this task of coming up with a contract. So I went through a contract that they actually provided, MML provided us with the ICMA model employment. The county provided me with the last several contracts that have been issued that were non-union type contracts. Our previous two administrators. One of the things that I think we need to button down is we advertised to hire an administrator. We had an administrator previously, and the person before that, Tracy, was an administrator, Chris was an administrator. Tim did ask about being a controller. After talking with Dave about that, I think we advertised for an administrator's position. I think that's what we stick with, is an administrator position. If once he's hired and here, and we want to look at a controller position, because there are some differences. They're very similar, but there are some key differences. And I think this isn't the time for us to discuss that. We wanted an administrator. We're offering, we offered an administrator type position. So I just wanted the board to, we're going after an administrator, correct?
Right.
All right. After speaking with Tim and speaking with Dave, prepared to offer $132,500 starting salary. Our range was 120 to 140. I believe I can get it done for that. Next thing, PTO. He comes to us with 40 years of experience. And to expect somebody with 40 years to start out with 0 PTO and start accruing it. He, I think 12 days, that's half of what he actually got offered at Ogama, but he, I think will take 12 days starting out, and then that gains at a rate of 16 hours per month. So unless you guys want to do something different,
It's PTO.
that's your
Time.
personal time off. That's
Everything's based off your vacation, all the time you
pick everything. That's the
turn
term.
under the PTO.
That's 16.
A month is how it will be accrued, but he's asking
Accrued at 16 hours.
to have some to start out with so that he has some time, which I fully agree.
But yeah,
They should have something, so. So what's everybody think?
sound to me.
96 hours is 12 days. And then he's gonna accrue 16 hours a month, which will be whatever that math figures out to be.
Did he have any, do you know if he had any ask for any upcoming vacation time that he had already planned on?
It's gonna get screwed up because his start date is probably gonna be right when he was getting ready to leave. He was gonna go on a trip to Texas, but he's like, it'll have to happen after. So,
So I'm just asking because a lot of people, when they move jobs, have already made a plan. Everybody, for the
He's
most part,
able to
people make plans a year in advance.
he's able to massage his plan, so
Well, I didn't want to screw up his plans.
he said, this isn't gonna work out when I wanted it originally, but they can move it.
Well, as long as you've worked it out and you've thought about it, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, what do you think?
Is he gonna move down here?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that question.
So that's my last thing on my list, but yes, his plan is to relocate. He told me his wife has given him quite a honey-do list of things to get their house ready to sell so that they can attempt to sell the one they have and then relocate here. He's already talked to someone about if their house was to sell quickly, about a property that he can rent in the county and then allow them time to find
An extra room in my house if he needs it.
Looking at a 3-year contract, if the board, Dave and I think that's a great idea. If somebody wants to do a 3-year instead of a standard 2,
That's up to him.
but he
Definitely.
was interested in that.
Me too, but if he's interested,
Yeah.
take it.
In our past, it's changed from one administrator to the next. If we get rid of him,
And there's,
without cause, he would like 6 months for the pay and benefits. That's changed from one administrator to the next. And so 6 months is fine. Must give us 90-day. He's currently, his contract he has right now, he says 30 days and he goes, that's not a lot of time for them to realize they need to replace him.
Mhm.
So I would like to see it be, because of the length of time it's taken for this to happen.
Took us a while
90
to,
days is
took us,
still gonna be cutting it short, but it gives us a little hope of getting it done. Performance evaluations, the way they were written in the previous administrator's contract, they were to happen once a year by July. He would like to see that happen later in the year after a budget, because he said, how can you won't even know what my budget is. He'd like to see it, that date changed to November. I think that sounds like a good thing, because then he will have had a chance to,
make it in the budget.
yes, and present the budget and make
I love it.
that we're working with it.
I love it.
Yep, I like that. I
Word
think as
thing.
well.
I love it.
Outside employment, because he does, on his resume and stuff, he said that is in name only or on paper basically only. Because he is not currently teaching for CMU, but is still listed as an adjunct professor for CMU. Doesn't particularly care for being an online only professor, so it'll stay that way, that he's that way, but he has zero intentions, he said, of having additional employment beyond here.
You know,
If he did, he would come to the board anyhow for board.
yeah, good.
Would like us to be able to have him start on December 1st, if that's possible with all of you.
That would be wonderful.
So,
Yeah, you need to get the contract signed next meeting.
yes, Yep, so I wanted to have these numbers and make sure everybody was good with them, because I'm gonna call him probably tomorrow morning and go over those things with him, and then I think we can get all that stuff typed into the actual contract itself, so he has it. Make sure he's good with all the other verbiage. We went through it, I read a lot of our contract is basic, standard.
Boilerplate.
Yeah, it's the same, it's very similar, not exact wording, but the ICMA one and ours kind of mirror each other on a lot of that stuff. So, I just wanted to make sure everybody on the board was good with what Dave and I have discussed, with going forward with her, moving forward with Tim. So,
That sounds good.
okay, excellent. The background investigation is done. County Board of Commissioners, the Michigan Municipal League has completed the background investigation for your county administrator finalist, Tim Delahunty. I am pleased to report no major concerns were identified during the background process. Third-party firm was contracted to complete the following task associated with Mr. Delahunty. Verification of educational degree listed on resume, completed. Verification of employment listed on resume, completed. Verification of driver's license and review of driving record, completed. Criminal record check, completed. Civil record search, completed. Credit history, completed. Criminal records check, federal and national level, completed. Social security trace, completed. Sex offender registry, completed. In total, I've spoken with 5 references in communities where Mr. Delahunty has served. References provide positive comments regarding the personality, character, experience, and the abilities of your finalist. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. That came from Jerry Richards. So I just wanted you guys all here. He passed everything. So I think I will call him tomorrow, unless he happened to be listening tonight, and tell him what we've come up with, and hopefully we can get this signed and sealed by next meeting, so 2 weeks.
Should
Any questions?
should we have a motion?
Let's see, do we have the motion?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
To the contract,
You get the contract, send it to him, have him sign it, you bring it back here with him.
we'll approve it. Yes, for that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's all I-
Yep, absolutely. Because there may be some tweaking, you know what I mean, that you and I will have to do. I don't want us to lock into something and then have to have a special meeting, so.
Yeah, right.
So. All right,
It should be done by this
hopefully it'll be signed.
Next meeting.
By next meeting, yeah.
next meeting.
Yeah, so then we're good to go with him starting.
Okay.
It'll be authorized here at the next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, the full board should vote on that.
Yep, yes.
That's what I was saying.
You can sign it.
Yeah, that's.
The second meeting of the month here, hopefully that's all done and we can take care of it.
Right, right.
And I will get with you after I talk to him to have this typed up.
Great.
So you can have it. Okay,
Yep.
all right, perfect.
Now, did we have to do something on the
We
marijuana?
already did that with that was the grant.
Oh, okay.
Renewal thing quick.
Is there any more agenda?
Any public comments?
Well,
Not again.
Last time we were here for the master plan draft, which we did submit for public comment. So the public comment period will expire on, or end, just expire is a weird term, November 11th. So we will get that over to the planning commission for their final approval, and then it'll be before you guys. I'm assuming maybe late December, early January, but
All the townships got all this stuff back to you and everything?
we still are working.
Okay,
So we're doing a second public notice period for the townships that have since gotten the other stuff. So that'll be starting here. Hopefully tomorrow we get the mailing sent out. And then I'm gonna be working with some other townships that just are taking just a little bit longer. And we'll be working with them on an individual basis because we don't want anyone left behind on that. So we're just, different townships have different meeting schedules
Yeah.
and some meet.
it's been mentioned in all 6 of
Yeah.
mine. We've talked about it.
Perfect.
It needs to be done.
Yeah, I think I've had contact with every township, so I think everyone knows what's coming. So, just a factor of wanting to not hold up others while waiting for some. So we'll work through it with them, but just so you know, you'll probably see us probably a month or two, so we'll get going on that. Yeah. So, and then also in our, we typically send our minutes every month, and this, you'll see that we did our annual review, which shows our report and the metrics that we experienced this year, as well as kind of a list of activities of what we do. So hopeful that similar to Liz, I'll start coming here, you know, monthly or quarterly and answer.
I know there's activity going on in a couple of different areas of the county for wind that are like multi-county ones. I believe up where Commissioner Owens is at, there's a wind proposal from, is it Lincoln Township and
Lincoln and Seville.
in Seville. Lincoln and Seville, so that's in Isabella Gratiot, and then I've heard three different names for the one that involves Chapin Township and Saginaw, Elba Township and Gratiot, and then there's three or four in Shiawassee, and I don't remember all the names. Are you familiar that they are actually out issuing contracts to farmers and landowners?
Yes, so I have heard about potentially a project with Seville and Lincoln,
Yep.
that was, you know, picked up from a few years ago, probably, I don't know, 7 years ago
That's a
now.
long time ago.
And so they're still looking at that. I would say it's still probably a few years out before anything. And I have heard just very initial discussions about Elba.
Yeah, because they're, I mean, their DTE is, what's the name of it's a Sure or Aspire or something, is the subsidiary company that's helping all the.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Is it Atwell that you're?
Atwell,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah, because they have been out speaking with different landowners and getting.
It's in Elba Township?
Yeah.
Oh, doing nothing right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Great.
Elba actually branching a little into the Washington realm as well, so.
Well, they can't hurt either one of them.
There's nothing also in that, what would be the eastern side of
Yeah.
Washington, so. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, yeah, a lot of times what we've seen specifically with solar is a lot of smaller companies that aren't really tied to the big utility companies signing people up at a larger amount per acre than what the utility companies can actually afford to pay for a completed project. So that's why we always tell people to talk to your neighbors and find out who they're signing with and make sure they're a legit company that has the capability to do the project. Because you don't want to tie up your land in a lease that isn't ever gonna come to.
This one's actually Detroit Edison.
Yes, that
The
was.
same exact one. Atwell works with Detroit Edison. Just, I want everybody to know that's what's going on and we're.
Yeah, so if you hear from Atwell, they're legit, yeah.
They're talking to everybody, so.
Thanks, Casey. And Shelley, you were kind of quiet this month.
Yeah. She's all very steady, office support and finance director.
Okay.
Now, is she gonna send you to do the meetings then, Shelley? Are you gonna have to be, or is she gonna force you to talk?
Maybe a few, but it'll be higher.
Excellent.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support that.
Moved by Tim, supported by George to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
This is the next meeting.
Motion carried.